Green Up Day is on May 2nd. The executive director of Green Up Vermont, Kate Alberghini, is calling on all communities to help, and she says the work goes beyond Green Up Day. Kate, thank you so much for being with us on In Depth.
Well, thanks for having me.
So 56 years of Green Up Day. Talk to me about what this day means to the state of Vermont.
So this day, Green Up Day, is really a culmination of work that's done throughout the year and throughout many years, just kind of building that pride of where we get to live, work, and play, the pride of taking care of the environment, and really taking action that we can do, every Vermonter can do, to make an impact on our environment.
Tell me what we can expect on Green Up Day this year.
Green Up Day is always fun because there are bright green bags that line the roadsides that show the work being done by Vermonters. It's kind of like an Easter egg hunt or Christmas, if you will, in that all of this trash gets put into these green bags. It's very iconic.
And we talked about a lot of collaboration and a lot of community. Tell me more about the initiatives that the Green Up team has been doing over the last couple of years to kind of make everyone feel involved and make it fun in the process of cleaning up.
Yeah. So Vermont has 252 cities and towns, and every single one of them are involved in Green Up Day. We work really hard to make it a celebration and not just work. Kids of all ages love picking up trash. It's very fun, so schools get involved and really are excited about the challenge and being part of something. We include Vermont businesses, which is very important for the Vermont, not only the Vermont brand, but these very important businesses to our economy. And we get them involved by having celebrations, by giving away prizes from these businesses, and really making it a big celebration of everybody's involvement, whether you're a business, whether you're a resident, whether you're a school. It's all about coming together and rising up. And
there are some points of friendly competition with Green Up Day. Tell me more about the hats and the gloves and how we can take part.
Yeah, so this year we will host our second annual Après Green Up Day celebration with a Kentucky Derby twist. Kentucky Derby Day is always on Green Up Day. So last year we challenged people to make Kentucky Derby hats out of recycled, repurposed, and reimagined materials and bring them to local breweries and restaurants, businesses that wanted to get involved and host a competition. We give away prizes that are Vermont products, again, and just so everybody has that sense of, after a day's work of cleaning up the state, we get to come together and really celebrate with good food, good beverages, and this fun competition.
How have you found the camaraderie kind of grow and that sense of teamwork grow through these elements of competition and fun and togetherness?
It really has a big impact. We see very tight teams come back year after year. Green Up also has an app that can be downloaded and teams built in that app. And there's a leaderboard, so as you post where you're greening up and where you're putting bags, you climb on that leaderboard. So a little friendly competition is always fun. Schools get involved with friendly competition again and doing good in their community, which is very powerful. So it is really and truly a big celebration of our Green Up mindset, the pride in our community.
And every month it is such a celebration because not only is the community coming together, but also doing something that's so good for our environment, that's giving back to our environment. Talk to me about how Green Up Day is impacting the health of our ecosystem and our environment as a whole in Vermont.
Yeah, so over the past couple of years, we've seen some very drastic environmental issues. flooding in Vermont specifically, drought, and then wildfires in Canada and out west. And so, climate change is a factor, and in working with residents of Vermont, we can empower them to make choices that do indeed impact climate change and climate restoration. So if we all make subtle changes in our daily exercises, and whether it's using a reusable water bottle instead of single-use plastics or that sort of thing, we can really start to restore the climate. One person might not seem like a lot, but Vermont has 650,000 people. If we all start doing one little thing, like picking up trash on the side of the road, even one piece of litter, and compound that, it makes a huge difference.
I want to talk about 2024, when you guys set the record of the amount of trash picked up in a single day. Tell me about how Green Up has built off of that momentum since that amazing day.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible that Vermont holds a Guinness World Record. It's
here
really
it is.
The people of Vermont that hold the Guinness World Record. And we have that published on our website, and it actually is also on the Guinness World Record website. We have everyone's names listed that participated. So it was the pledge that people would pick up trash. And we really had some towns go above and beyond. We saw the numbers grow by 30%, participation grow by 30% on Green Up Day. And so it was a pretty incredible way to bring people together and say, okay, let's go for this record, which is fun also.
Really incredible. Talk to me about, we've talked about rather the importance of Green Up Day and the impact that it makes, but beyond Green Up Day, I want to go back to those everyday changes that we can make. You brought some props to show us. What can we do in our everyday lives to help promote a safe and healthy environment?
Yeah, so there are choices, like I said, we can make. Going from this large plastic bottle that's hard to, compress, and you have to either recycle it. If it makes it to the recycling, great. Or sometimes it gets thrown in the trash, more often than not, trash. There are products out there that can reduce this to this, and this is fully recyclable, but also compostable. It's just paper.
And where can you find alternatives like that?
You can find them online. You can also, I believe, find them at Walmart and local stores.
Very accessible.
Yeah, very accessible. And the other good thing about products like this is that they tend to give back to the environmental efforts as well. So this is 1% for the planet, which means they give 1% of all their profits back to environmental causes like Green Up Day. And they also do a push where they plant trees throughout the world. So it's not just in Vermont, of course. There are a lot of things that can take plastic to this. These are both shampoo. A lot of products are going to using recycled plastic in their packaging, which is great. Our bags are made out of 70% post-consumer recycled product. And really, they're the best bags for the job that we have to do on Green Up Day, because once you bury a bag full of trash and cover it with soil and cut off the oxygen, it takes the same amount of time for that bag of trash to break down as it does a paper bag or a compostable bag. This takes waste out of the plastics out of the waste stream and reproduces it into something that can be used. So the carbon footprint on our bags is far less than a paper or a compostable bag. We all know about plastic wrap and reusable wraps. That's an easy one. I'll point this out. This is an interesting prop because if you take any plastic bottle, whether, doesn't matter what it holds, water or otherwise. This is oil. And if this is regular cooking oil, but petroleum oil, it takes this much out of the bottle to make this bottle and get it to the general public.